There's actually no badly behaved child. It's a child who you have not taught, who you've not told or showed the way or told what is acceptable and not acceptable.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, we always want to wait till the child has lied and you want to punish the child. The child will do it again. Because you have not had that family time or that time where you're just picking a topic maybe per week. This we're talking about kindness. What do you think about kindness? Our children are very smart.
Yeah.
They have a lot of things
Yes.
inbuilt. They can teach us. Like you can be schooled by children, but
Exactly.
you're not giving them that platform.
Yeah.
And especially if you are training your children like anything goes, you just give them the basic things of life. You don't tell them that you don't teach them life skills like empathy, kindness. You see some
Respect,
children,
dignity, and all of
nannies in the house, call their nannies. Bola, come here.
Just
Right.
imagine.
It cannot be any child of mine.
So there's something that people usually do, right? Especially when it comes to a child, misbehaving. Usually, I don't know how to put it in English actually, right? Especially when a child misbehaves, they usually say, "Talo biele, who is the parent of this child? Why? Like they usually pass the blame to the parent that they don't even know. So I'm thinking that so when a child misbehaves, you think is as a result of being badly raised?
Okay, not at all, because they are growing. And trust me, the value, remember what I said that we have gone past screen time, but I'm still going to revisit it as school is resuming, because you have to revisit it from time to time. You have to revisit the values. They forget. And sometimes they just want to test boundaries. Let's see what will happen. So we need to revisit time to time, right? And then they will make mistakes because they are human. They are children. They will make mistakes. That's why the onus is on us to correct them as they go. To look at the behaviors. And then if you don't make your child free to make these mistakes, right? They pretend to you. And they do worse things outside. So you are giving them a platform or an environment that is safe. When you say a safe environment, it's not just putting toys away or ensuring that their voices are heard,
Discuss with them,
that they're able to express themselves. They're able to misbehave so that you know that, okay, in this area, this is what I still need to work on as a parent. Or I still need to work on this area. Because even as adults, we need to call this children some slack, because even as adults, we're not perfect.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Well, I have a scenario. I saw something online about a parent. They were having something in their house and they invited other people and their children. So the person was saying that other children were sitting nicely, behaving nicely. And then this particular child was going to the television and was throwing something on the television. But the mom was not saying anything. I'm saying this because, Adebisi was talking about misbehavior, bad parenting, and all of that. So this child kept throwing something on the television and the mom was not saying anything. So the other person that owns the house snapped at the child and said, "Go and sit down." Because if you ruin the TV now, the mom is going to say, "He's a child, sorry." So don't you think that that's like bad parenting? Because the mom is sitting there, not saying anything. And there are other children there behaving nicely, listening to their parent, but you as a parent. So if the parent had said something now and go and sit down, it would have been a different case. Okay. But these parents are not saying anything.
Okay, so we're in this era where we say, it's just a child.
Gentle parenting.
Right, I didn't want to call them. It's just a child.
Just in addition to what Funmilola said, there's a video that is trending online. That lady was kneeling down. I was like, please, if you cannot tell your child, sit down here. Please don't bring your child to this place. If you cannot tell your child,
I think I saw it.
So what do you think we can talk about?
I have another scenario.
I wanted to say that, but also,
another
we should hear from her first.
Another scenario is, children in the supermarket. Gosh.
Throwing
No,
tantrums.
okay, I've not seen such
everything.
video in Nigeria. I would say I've seen videos like that outside the country. Children in supermarket throwing tantrums, scattering everything on the shelf, and the mom is he's trying to express himself.
Yes.
He's expressing himself. He's trying to let out his emotions and his feelings, and the child is ruining everything.
Okay.
Oh my
So
god!
you see, that's where emotional regulation comes, like I said. And there's really no badly behaved child. It's just a child who has not been taught clear boundaries,
Yeah.
what is obtainable when you go outside. So the mistake a lot of parents make is they begin to address issues when they arise. So they don't sit their children down to say, okay, so this is what is obtainable. You greet me, my greeting. You see, greeting is
Very important.
Very important.
You greet, right? You greet because it shows respect.
Yeah.
We are Yorubas, and in our
we
culture,
talked about that in some
So,
Greeting
Mrs.
is
So,
very,
sorry.
very
Now,
important.
this greeting part. Now, I want you to tell us, how do your children greet? Do they say hello, I, or greet in the
it's
normal
not
cultural
allowed.
way?
Hello and hi is not allowed in my house.
Mm.
Can you hear that?
But,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
sorry,
but
if you are
it's
saying
not-
Mrs.
because
Because families
in
different.
our house,
No,
No,
that's
right,
different from
for
my
me.
house.
But this is
But
where culture
my
comes
personal
down.
opinion,
I wanted
but
to
I am
know.
an African and I'm a
Sorry,
Nigerian.
apart
Yeah.
from being an African, do you think that apart from saying that hello and maybe I is not allowed in your home, so have you ever imagined your children, moving out of maybe African setting, going to another place, and have you made them understand the fact that they might probably
Sure.
The
come across
cultures
another
are
culture,
cultures
right?
are
So
different.
how do you want them to
other people
actually
might find
adapt to
hello
that
and hi.
kind of
I am
situation?
opportune to also work with children in that
Okay,
way.
okay.
And I have met one or two children that
Okay.
they still speak the same way. I had to ask the mom, how did you do research? It makes them understand. We are visitors here. We are Nigerians.
Yeah.
It's okay if they want to say hello, hi to you, but you say good morning. You say good afternoon. In fact,
Mm.
when I log in to class, the children say Eka Aroma. That's how they greet. Eka Soma. And somebody else, and then I asked mom, so if they do this and then somebody else says they don't understand, then they'll go back to say good morning. That's how we greet in Yoruba.
But I have a question. You're a teacher, so do you have a problem if, for example, in you're in an inclusive classroom where we have children from different parts, children from the
Absolutely.
diaspora and all of that, and some go, hi, Mrs. O. Do you have a problem with
Well, I
that?
do not have a problem because
I'm saying as a teacher
Yes, as a
now, not
teacher,
as a
because
parent.
I do not have control over that.
Right.
But what I still do is to still let them know in this class, Mrs. O prefers that to say good morning. Right? So I find a way to still, communicate that. And I find out that over time, because they hear everybody say good morning, and over time, you don't even need to stress. They're going to start saying good morning.
Yeah.
But that's what's obtainable in class.
Yeah,
Because when
exactly.
when I come into class, I say, good morning, friends.
Yeah.
I greet them.
I feel like you don't even have to say.
And I don't even
you
have
don't
to
even have to tell them.
not to
Oh,
say,
say good
hello,
morning.
yeah.
As soon as they see other children,
And
always say
so-
good morning, and they see other
In
teachers.
fact,
Hey,
it's
good
something
morning.
I
And
even do sometimes in class, when I was sitting in the classroom, I come up with story. Somebody has done something. Maybe there's not great. I come up with a story.
Yeah.
The same child in the class. Once upon a time, my story time is famous. Hi guys, it's story time. Once upon a time, there was a girl called Tim from Zululand, and then she would like to say hello, hi. What do you think? And everybody starts saying different things. You are the one talking to.
I like what you.
You are
I
the
like
one
what
talking
that-
to.
I like the
That's
example you just said. I've met children that when they are coming to school in the morning, they don't carry their bags by themselves. The nannies carry their bag for them, and then the children just stroll
You're not
in.
allowed in my class.
We don't. There's a way I
Yes,
also do
you
it when we're
communicate.
having circle time.
Yeah.
I don't even tell. Sometimes I might not even have to tell them a story. I will just stand, pretend like I'm the child. I'll tell the next teacher to pretend to be
Yes.
somebody else,
Yes.
and then you're walking
Do
like
role
this,
play.
and we're role playing, and you snatch the bag from your nanny.
Yes.
And then you show them that face. Do you think it's a sensible
They
thing
all
to
begin
do?
to say,
Even
the
they say
child-
no.
even
The
the
child is
child-
already feeling guilty.
When the
Yeah,
child
exactly.
who has done that, we also
You
say no.
also say no.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
child will also be feeling guilty. In the child's head, tomorrow I'll carry my bag
The child
myself.
is taking the bag from the nanny.
So I like that example that you just
Yeah.
gave.
So, Mr. I want us to go back to that example,
Okay.
that scenario that we were giving,
Okay,
that
yes.
parents not able to, caution their
Caution their
children.
children.
Yeah.
I think we actually
Yeah, we
deviate
We're
from
talking
that.
about bad
Yeah, right.
parenting now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
like I said, there's actually no badly behaved child. It's a child who you have not taught, who you've not told or showed the way or told what is acceptable and not acceptable.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, we always want to wait till the child has lied and you want to punish the child. The child will do it again. Because you have not had that family time or
Communication.
that time where you're just picking a topic maybe per week. This we're talking about kindness. What do you think about kindness? Our children are very smart.
Yeah.
They have a lot of things
Yeah.
inbuilt. They can teach us. Like, you can be schooled by children, but
Exactly.
you're not giving them that platform.
Yeah.
And especially if you are training your children like anything goes, you just give them the basic things of life. You don't tell them that you don't teach them life skills like empathy, kindness. You see some
Respect,
children,
dignity, and all of that.
nannies in the house, call their nannies. Bola, come here.
Imagine. Just
Right.
imagine.
It cannot be any child of mine. Like, if I don't even have a nanny, but when I do, we definitely watch
Yeah, I've seen
kids.
children call their nannies.
You
Yeah,
will
by
definitely
name.
have a routine, a rota. Today is child A, tomorrow is child B. Wash your plate. You wash your plate after you. Tomorrow is child C.
Yeah.
So if I eventually have someone that comes in to stay, the person just does the general cleaning. You drop the plate in the sink for a nanny to wash for you, you have a problem with me.
Nice.
That's a very
Because the thing
That's
is, if you don't, the children that you don't train now
Yeah.
will be problem for us in the future.
Because many parents will feel like my child
So
doesn't
you're
have to
thinking,
do this.
you're thinking,
They
they're
always
still
They have the
children.
money, yeah, they have
always have
help.
help.
Still
to do.
children. A child that can operate iPad, that knows that they
You
can
can
live-
navigate.
navigate. You can sit them down and tell them anything. Just that my daughter recently has been doing Scratch. I don't know how she
Scratch.
came about it. Is this coding Scratch
Yeah,
app or
nice.
something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I know it.
So that's for you
Nice.
to know that these children know what they are doing.
If they can navigate, then they can
They
wash
can.
dishes.
Yes.
Sorry, Mrs. So there is something that they usually say, though they say it in Yoruba that ojú kan ló ń bímọ, gbogbo ojú ló wò, like
Yeah.
it's only one person
Yeah,
that thinks
but
about
the
the child.
community
The whole
trains
community
the
nurtures
child.
or trains the child,
Like-
right? And because of this, I have also observed that there's also some members of somebody's family that might probably want to give you parenting advice, concerning how you probably
you
nurture
parent,
or you bear your
Your children.
children. So has there been any situation where maybe a member of your family, right, is giving you parental advice and you disagreed with?
Okay, of course. It will happen from time to time. But one thing that has worked, like I said, I honor the advice. I am
Okay.
not the advisor, right? Because of course I have to give respect.
Yeah.
But I respectfully turn some of the things that do not align with my
With you,
values.
yeah.
So I know what I want for my children. So now the thing about parenting is your own parenting style might not work for me, might not work for you, and might not work for you.
Yeah.
Because you have children
That are
different.
different.
You know, even in your house, the way you parent child A is not even the same parent child B. How much more? And so in those days, we learned control, fear, authority. There was pressure and so
Yeah, I
much.
was going to
Go on,
ask a
go on, go on.
question about that fear. What do you think about fear and respect? Because I think parents kind of confuse what fear means and what respect is. What do you think
Okay, so
about it?
fear is undergoing instruction because you know that there's a consequence,
Yeah.
right? And then respect is not wronging because you know that you are not meant to do this particular thing and you understand consequence because you've been schooled and you've been taught. So many of us grew up
With fear.
with fear,
Fear.
Mm.
Yeah.
right? And so what we are trying to do differently is to ensure that we still need to discipline them because trust me, you
There
need
will
to
always
discipline,
be.
but you need to ensure
consequence.
that mercy also comes in play.
Yeah, give them grace
Give them
sometimes.
grace sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Especially on this point, almost as when you even understand the reason why they've done some certain things, you know that okay, this is why, and then you redirect them. Okay, next time, like the day they spill tea, you would
Yeah.
have carried on a tray. You were also fighting, that's why you had to spill it.
Yeah.
You would have fought. If you
Yeah.
were not fighting, you would have
Work
been
as a
careful.
group,
Work as a
cooperate.
team. You had a very good idea,
Yeah.
a good intention, but it went wrong because you didn't do this and you didn't do that. So that's where the principle comes in, and then the respect comes in because they are obeying you because they understand consequence of what they have done and they are really sorry. But fear, they will do it next week
Yeah.
and they will do it next year. They will keep doing it because they don't understand why they should not do that.
Sometimes I feel like because they already know what is coming. If as a parent, what you do is flog the child.
Flog.
They already know that when I do this, the most you do is flog me. Yes.
But they don't even understand why you're
that is
flogging.
exactly
They
Because
don't understand.
You
They
have not
just
sat them down to let them know, okay, this is what is obtainable in this house. This is what is allowed in this house. This is what we do not do.
Sometimes
And this is why we do not do it. You've just said, you broke it.
Go.
You did not watch, you are watching TV. Finish, especially this screen thing. I hear a lot of parents say, "Your boys want TV, morning till night. What is wrong with you?" And you've not told them, you cannot be watching TV now because
It's going to affect this, affect
Yeah.
that.
this is the reason why. So what do we do to ensure that we're not on screen all the time? What works for you? Okay, let's do Monday to Friday, and we are good.
Yeah.
But we only
everybody
wait.
agrees.
You're only shouting and reacting. You have not tackled the situation or the problem or the genesis of the challenge.
And
you're
then next
just
time the
going
child
about-
will even do it and feel like
of course,
the most you do is flog me.
of course.
So
Sorry, I wanted
okay.
to, sorry,
Go ahead.
Taiwo, I wanted to, because there are some children, they are very deviant, right? And so I wanted to, maybe you should share with us if your children have actually been deviant, to you in one way or the other, or you have actually experienced in the course of your dealing with, with working with children. Have you ever experienced a child that is a kind of deviant to you?
Of course.
How did you, how did you react, or how did you manage that particular
Because children
situation?
from time to time will exhibit these qualities because they are children and they want to test boundaries. So I remember sometime on island. It's okay, it's island, right? I was a new teacher. I was a newbie. I'm talking about it was about some 19 years ago.
Wow.
So I was a newbie.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
very newbie. Okay, no, I think 15 years because I worked like 4 years on the
Before
mainland.
then.
Yeah.
So that was my first time on the island.
Wow.
The mainland children. I'm sorry, I'm not
Trying to say
stereotyping,
yeah,
but
Stereotyping, yeah,
I
yeah.
hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So the mainland,
yeah.
you can flog and you can say, "Come on, sit down, sit down."
Exactly.
But this was another level.
Hmm.
And I remember my boss then saying, "All the things you've learned on the mainland, please drop them at the
Drop
gates." I was like,
We don't
is this?
flog, we don't use cane
What's
here.
going on here? I thought I loved children. This
Yeah.
child came to my class. And the only thing I said before your child, the only thing I remember that I said to the child was, "All right, pick up your pencil." And then he said, "Don't touch me." I thought it was just normal. Like, so me, I reached the child. "Can you leave me alone? Go to hell and never come back." Me.
Go to hell and
I'm
never
sure you go
come
with your
back.
family. That was my head.
That's too much.
I didn't know when
Whoa.
Don't ever tell
I
me
will
that.
tell you the truth. Me, I'm not someone who likes. I have made mistakes.
Yeah,
I am not perfect.
that's even the best.
And so I spanked this child and I went down to the director. I said, "Ma'am, I'm here to report myself." I just spanked the child upstairs. And then she goes, "Why would you spank a child? It's against the school's policy." It's against it. I'm sorry, ma. Like, I had to come before my boss. I know what I had done is wrong. Okay, but would you like to hear what he did? She said, she said, "Okay, what did he do?" He said I should go to hell and never come back and go with my family. She was quiet. So, but she should have found a way
Around
it to speak to him and all that. So when I got back upstairs, it was already violent.
Wow.
Don't hit me! You wanna hit me again? You wanna hit me again? Come. I was wondering, this is a 4-year-old child. So I had to sit down. And I was just looking, I allowed him. And after that, like 30 minutes, he was still doing all of those things. And I
Wow.
was boiling inside.
Disrupting your
Hey!
classroom activities.
I will beat this child, but I had to just
Yeah.
calm down.
Wow.
And I had to call him. Okay, I'm sorry. Then he looked at me. Like, "You're sorry?" I said, "Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for hitting. But can we talk?" "Okay." I sat down. I said, "Where did you learn that from?" And he said, I hear my neighbors, I think my neighbors say that every time." I said, "Okay, so that's a bad word to use. You don't say, you tell someone to go to hell.
Wow.
That's really bad. And I feel very hot. You want my feelings.
Hmm.
I feel really sick." So I started freaking. They cry. I started
Yes.
crying. Oh my
They
God,
can be
I'm so
emotional
sorry.
too.
I hurt you. I'm so sorry. I started calling his friends to come and help him. "Please come and help. I'm so sorry." And that was it.
Hmm.
This is so funny because I once had a child tell me, it was so funny to me and the other teachers in the class. The child just came back from America, brought to Nigeria. The child told us that she will make sure we get locked up, that she will put us in jail. And then the other teachers just looked at us.
Like, what's going on here? So, but later when I did my background check, I saw that the child was trying to, they've been going in and out. So, culture shock. But here in Nigeria for a while, discipline is obtainable here.
Yeah.
You're going somewhere
Yeah.
where
No,
Exactly the reason why that girl was brought
exactly it's
to this school.
freelance. You are allowed to do whatever you do. So when they are here for 2 years, they go back. It's business again. They come back.
Same reason. She was
They go
deviant
again,
over there.
They come back.
Then
So,
they brought
Mrs.
her
So
over
based
here.
on what you just mentioned, have you ever caught yourself saying that this is how this is how my parents raised me? That is the same thing I'm also going to do. Have you
In
caught
some
yourself
cases.
in some cases for your
Honestly,
children?
Honestly, so I do not say it, but I'll say for me, it's even subconscious. Like, so now that we are now woke, and then some things that we get to do.
Yeah.
So I have yelled sometimes, then I realize, you know
I should
better.
have done
Yeah,
that.
we should redirect. So in our subconscious, this is what we've known. So it's actually very, 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 very difficult to unlearn things. It's easy to learn, absorb.
Yeah.
But to
But to
unlearn some
unlearn,
of those
quite
things, actually,
difficult.
you have to be very intentional,
About
about
it.
some of those things. You
Yeah.
have yelled, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? Things like that.
Yeah.
So in your subconscious, and this is born out of frustration,
Mm.
anger,
Yeah.
impatience, and trust me, a Nigerian parent today is experiencing traffic, rent increments,
Yeah.
school fee. This is September, right? So
Yeah.
it's normal that this woman, you're very touchy. Any small thing will upset you, and
Yeah.
children can, get on your last nerve. So what I have also, what has also helped me is to give myself grace and know that I cannot give what I do not have. Right? So
Yeah.
this impatience and these things transferred aggression that our parents also were pouring on us. We are now here. I'm now here now, so I can understand some of those things firsthand. It was not us they were upset about, right? So a lot of circumstances, a lot of things they were going through at that point. So you need to find out before you shout and do all of those things. What exactly is the problem? Is it the rent increment I received today, or the fact that my workload has increased?
Yeah.
And most times we do not have time for ourselves.
Yeah.
As parents, we're doing everything. I remember one Christmas when my husband gave me some money to shop for myself. It's been a long time. I had to say, I want money to shop for myself. I went to the market. I didn't buy one thing for myself. And these things are wrong. You're saying it's sacrifice,
Yeah.
but you are going to be expecting so much more from these children, right? So take out time to love yourself. Take out time to heal from traumas. ACEs too have a place in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have traumas, like some of the things, parents beating you, these things, or low self-esteem that resulted to low self-esteem, or so many other things. So some of these traumas still have a way to affect, to make us transfer aggression.
Yeah.
So if you don't deal with these traumas, these frustrations, stress, every normal human being in this country right now is going through one stress or the other.
Yeah.
So you need to distress.
Yeah.
You need to. Your mental health is important. Sometimes I just have 30 minutes break. Nobody should come to my room. I just want to be by myself. Just let me be fine. I cannot pour from an empty cup. So if I'm stressed, I'm definitely able to be relieving anger. Any small thing you do, it will be a buzz. I'm sorry. That's what
In fact, I watched a short video by one of my mentors recently, and of course, I even watched that similar thing that the person said in that video. Shola Alison, that sings the gospel, music. She also, talked about something like that sometimes ago that I watched the video. But what one of my mentors said in his video is that parents should understand that they also need to take care of themselves, right?
Absolutely.
That children have their own destiny. They are like an entity.
Yeah.
Parents too, they are like an entity.
Yeah.
So as children have their destiny, parents also have their destiny. He even said that, so if you discover that you are having a kind of tough time, say you are frustrated and all of that, in the course of trying to sacrifice yourself, for your children, just take a break, find yourself somewhere that you can relax and all of that. Make sure that you treat yourself, because if you are not in the right state as a parent, you will not be able to nurture or even do that sacrifice that you want to do for your child. And for Shola Alison, she notes that that even children sometimes, they might, the way God, the way this nature is, right, or the way life is, no matter the sacrifice that you make for some children, actually, right, they might even decide not to see you.
Yes.
They might not consider you when making some certain decisions, forgetting the fact that you as a parent, you have actually sacrificed, a lot. I feel is a good lesson for parents, right? That even though you want to make sacrifices for your children, you still have to make time for yourself, because
take care of
a parent that is not in the right state cannot actually, right state of mind, cannot actually do what he or she
So
wants,
this is so
wants to do
coming
for
down
the children.
to the aspect of communication for children. So a question struck my mind now. I feel like, when is the appropriate time to have discussion with children on marriage?
Children are different, right? So you would know when the time is right. So, for example, like when you're asking spontaneity or I picked spontaneity because most times we teach a lot of things.
Spontaneous.
Without even knowing.
Now, when did we start learning about private parts? Probably during bath time.
Yeah.
It was not a planned lesson, but that's
Yeah.
how much of communication that goes on.
Mm.
Okay, so recently my daughter comes home. I decided that during the holiday we're going to talk about puberty because she's attending that stage now. But she comes to ask me a question, very deep question, and I wanted to faint. And so I used that time, to discuss
Talk
those
about
things.
it.
Because the thing is that the child has to be matured as well.
Yeah.
And then maturity, so I can't say at age 2, at age 3, at age 4, at age 5, right? But at age 2, at age 3, they already have an idea that daddy, mommy are married, right? Daddy and mommy are husband and wife. I don't want to put in content that they are not for.
Yeah.
So you would know when your child is attaining that age and you will be able to apportion it. Just the way sex education is split into different levels,
Yeah.
right? We have the pants rules for our children.
Yeah.
PE says speak up. You have S that says speak up. All no means no. Private means private.
Yeah.
Always, I can't remember what age now. So for that age, maybe like 3 to 5, that's what it is. But as they grow old,
We expand
you
it.
begin to expand it gradually. So I don't think you just sit down with 3-year-old and say, marriage is a group of people coming together. So you pay bride price and you do all of that. So as they grow, the conversation evolves and you're able to know when to take it a step further.
Okay, so in this case, I believe parents, it is advisable that parents actually observe their children.
to know
when
based
they-
on their
when they are
observation,
ready.
And
they
also
will know
work
when
on
they
the
are ready.
spontaneity as well. So a child comes tell you what is sex. You see the child and tell the child what it is because he or she obviously has heard it from somewhere or watched it or maybe in the class or something. So you have to ask what happened and don't even sound scared or afraid. So you
Or
need to
judgmental, because
judgmental.
they'll be
So,
scared of coming to
most
ask
of these
you.
things, parenting too can be spontaneous because
Yeah.
some things will come up like you're not planned for. Like I said, during the
Unexpectedly.
holiday, I had to go through the puberty thing because I was planning a very, a lecture and it came up spontaneously and I had to address
Take it up.
it immediately.
All right, thank you so much, Mrs. O. So I was just going to ask, looking back at your journey so far as a teacher, as a parent, is there one thing that you wish you knew before you became a mom? And then what is one advice that you can give parents out there, parents that are struggling out there?
Okay, so one of the things I wish I knew will be that. Okay, let me put it in a scenario so that we can build up from there. So I remember one time I taught my daughter loved to sing. She actually loved to sing because in my house we get to sing. I love music and everything. So I put her in orchestra. And then there was this play day, this massive production that we had. She has actually been a very shy, reserved child. So I was really happy when she said she was going to go up stage. So I was there cheering her on. We got in white and black. We wore our uniform. We rehearsed. And on the day of the presentation, on that big stage, my daughter turned her back. And she was in front.
That thing happens.
She was in front.
That
She
thing
turned her
happens.
back.
Wow.
Oh my God. And then of course I'm a teacher, so people were reaching out to me. Your child. I just allowed it. I was under a lot of pressure because it was a very big production. Now imagine your child, a staff's child, turning her back. Like I was really, well, you know what shocked me? I was like, I need to do something. So I reached out, I stayed in front. I started calling her name, she didn't turn back. So at the end of the presentation, she heard my voice. She came down, I carried her, I hugged her. I told her, you tried for you to go up that stage. That was beautiful. I'm proud of you. And I now asked her, what happened? She said, because I do not like orchestra. I said, since when? Yes, I only like to sing, but I do not see myself on stage. I do not like the orchestra.
Wow.
And then it dawned on me that it was my own childhood dream. You know, I had this picture growing up, like, okay, before I got married, I was a music family. I'll sing, my husband will play the violin, my child will play the drums. You know, and that happens even with a lot of parents.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
see children in clubs, a child that cannot, do some riffs and all of that is in ballet. Is that supposed to be painting?
Yeah.
So we outlive some of our fantasies and how we expect children to be. And mind you, I love it doesn't mean that the child is interested in it. The child can just love it passively.
True.
And might not. So you need to, and their interest changes. A child that loved science last year will love ballet next year. So we need to not outlive our own memories, our own fantasies, and really find out what our children love at time. Guess what my child loved? Science. It never crossed. Like I never saw anything that, pointed me to that light that she was interested in science. There was nothing.
Wow.
There was nothing to show. I now realized that was what she wanted. So I regretted. And for my second, I was able to, retrace my step and know that children differ with their interests. And from time to time, they change. And you have to keep, following up, understanding what has changed as they grow. They have new discoveries. They love adventures and they want to explore. So you have to keep growing with them as they grow and to really know what they love part time.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
So, Mrs. So, just one last question before. I don't know if Adebisi has another question, but before we go, I want you to give advice to a prospective, parent.
Okay.
So, what are the things they need to know?
Perspective.
So, what prospective parents? So, what are the things they need to know? What is the don'ts and do's and don'ts of parenting, and let's just hear
Okay,
from
so I would like to be brief so that I don't
you.
this is something I'm very passionate about, so you might not
Yeah.
hear if I so one thing I would say to you as a new parent who is trying to navigate this parenting thing is that do not choose perfection over connection. So one of the mistakes a lot of new parents
Sorry.
Do not
Can you
use
take that again?
perfection
over
Over
connection.
So now it's the only person who is perfect is God.
Yeah.
And so you need to know that you will make mistakes on the journey and then you will learn on the journey.
Mm.
Right? So being perfect takes away the joy of reliving every moment.
Yeah, true.
So you just want to be perfect. So I remember my first daughter, I was reading books. Before she came, I was singing to her. You just wanted to be that perfect mom. Looking at the milestone, 1 month you tick it, second month you tick it,
Wow.
Yeah.
third month, okay, at 3 months you're supposed to be doing this, supposed to be making sound, supposed to be, she should know your voice.
Mm.
And when it happens that a child is not doing that at that moment, you become pressured.
Mm.
And then you're unable to enjoy motherhood. You're unable to enjoy parenting because you have an
A
expectation.
routine.
So
Wow.
go into parents with an open mind, an open book, ready to learn, ready to make mistakes. I still yelled last week. I'm not saying it's a good thing,
Yeah.
but I am on a show and I have to let you know that you will yell at times.
Yeah.
Because even as an educator, I will not yell in class, but these are my own children.
Yeah.
This is how I have probably understood this, and I am unlearning some of these things. And even at this age, 9 years as a parent, I still yell at that time. Although I've looked at the rates, it has reduced.
Wow.
I just told you last week. I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So it means that I am not perfect as well. I'm working on perfection. So we have to ensure that we enjoy every moment and understand that no size fits all. Children are different.
Yeah.
And also, one another thing that I see parents do, teachers go to a lot of trainings. Teachers go to workshops. Teachers go to seminars. Parents do not attend workshops.
Mm.
You don't attend seminars. You can't do it alone. So like programs like this, I also have a parenting community, a support group where we talk about different topics pertaining to child welfare, focusing on their holistic development, because most times we are trying towards the cognitive, but there are other areas
Yeah.
that children should also, grow.
Mm.
So when you attend seminars or webinars or podcasts, thank God the internet is free now.
Yeah.
So you can just go on the podcast, reach out, look out for
Just
support groups.
just like our
Just
the
like
child
the
and
child
us.
and us,
Yeah.
Reach out for support groups and you're able to learn different things. You're able to ask questions, and you're able to, checkmate yourself and don't beat yourself too hard.
Yeah.
So as you grow, your style will also grow as well.
That's
Thank you
fantastic.
so much.
Very, very
In
fantastic.
fact, I really wish that we are not able to end this.
I wish we continue talking.
We just continue talking because
Really nice.
I
and
know that
educative.
I know that there's going to be a lot of lesson learned in this
there's
particular
a lot of
episode.
lessons, a lot of
Ha,
lessons.
in fact, this is an amazing,
Wow.
episode, and I believe that everybody sitting down watching this platform, please don't stop sharing our YouTube page, The Child and Us.
Us.
Keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing.
to our YouTube
Tell
channel.
somebody.
It is very,
Go
very
and subscribe to The Child
Tell
and
somebody
Us.
that knows somebody.
Yeah,
Somebody that
yeah,
knows
Yes,
somebody.
tell somebody that knows somebody
To
that there's a
subscribe to
particular
Child and Us.
podcast that they need to subscribe to
that is
that's about
fun and educative.
that is about parenting.
Yeah.
That will let them understand their children better, and also a child that's going to have a better life, because there's a lot of challenges when it comes to parenting.
Yeah.
That is why this platform is created. Please keep sharing, just like I've
Yes.
said.
Also, if you have any topic that you would like us to discuss in our subsequent episodes, please drop those topics in our comment section on YouTube.
So, in addition to what Fumlola has said, do you wish to, participate in any of our episodes? Please do well to reach out on our social media
So you
page.
can tell us your life experiences and how parenting and being
know,
a teacher and all of that has been for you.
Yeah, apart from being a parent, we have childhood experience from adults and who is doing it right, how they are meant to do it, and all of that.
If you want to
You are most welcome. So we are on all social media platforms: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. The child. Just search for the child and us. No space. The child and us. Thank you.